Hi there! Welcome back to my channel, Healing with Kearra. So, we're looking into our Leos for the next 3 months, whatever Spirit wants to tell us, using the Deviant Moon Tarot. So, we'll just get right into it. So, with the Six of Pentacles, and then that kind of slid off to show the Five of Cups. Ooh, the Devil underneath that, and the Two of Wands. So it's like you feel like there's someone who doesn't want to work with you. So right now you could just be in this period of yeah, it's like someone who doesn't want to work together with you or cooperate in some way. So right now you're in this place of just kind of, it's like you're aware that they're being very withholding, or they're being very selective about how much they're giving to you. Um, they could be like playing weird games, like trying to get you to like chase after them, or kind of like beg for it or grovel, or they're trying to put on some sort of illusion to make it seem as though what they are presenting to you is like more valuable than it really is. And so they purposely need to be like withholding of like the larger amount in some way, or like the greater whole or sum of what they could give to you. It's like if they give to you in these like little increments, it's like playing a game with you to get you to believe that they have more to offer than they really do, or that like you should chase after them, or that it's like trying to get you to be like obsessed with them or something. So you could be trying to like communicate with them or get through to them, or like kind of understand like why this is happening, or yeah, if you do see what they're giving you is like really valuable, and you're really drawn to it, but it's like you can sense they have more to give, or that they're kind of like playing certain games. And so you could be just kind of like trying to come forward and approach the situation, or talk about the situation, or just try to communicate and see like what's going on here, and you feel as though this person just like doesn't want to hear it. Or anytime you try to come forward and communicate with them or talk to them about what's going on here, it's like you approach the situation just trying to talk about how you feel, or see how they feel, or just have like an open conversation, and then they'll like end up manipulating things around to where then you feel like you were the one that started an argument or started a conflict. um it's like they don't want to hear it, and so they like leave you feeling like you're just like being naggy, or like being just like a miserable shrew, just like won't like let a like continuing to beat a dead horse or something. Like they try and make you feel like you're crazy, and like what they're giving to you is actually enough, or so valuable, or should be more than enough or something. But it's like this purposeful game that they're playing in order to keep you like feeling as though you need them, or like wanting whatever they have to offer. It like keeps you involved in the situation, even though they actually like aren't communicating with you, don't want to hear it, or like anytime you come to them to try and communicate your feelings, it like creates this huge conflict, but then they're able to like manipulate the situation and move out of it, with this energy of like they didn't do anything wrong and they don't need to change, and like it's your problem, or like your approach or the way you're handling something is the issue. But then they're keeping you like in this position of lack, and like um just like being dependent on them, or like almost having to like beg for them to like give to you, so like their ego could kind of like get off on this. So right now you're just in this energy of like still trying to find like a calm, cooled, collected way to like, you're still in this energy of like, well, if I change something about my approach, then we'll be able to have a better conversation. Like you're still blaming yourself or feeling like you're doing something wrong, and so you kind of like deserve for them to be withholding with you at times. So that could just be like part of their game. But then there's like this deeper part of you that's like, maybe there's like, maybe they're doing this on purpose, or maybe they're purposefully not wanting to cooperate with me, purposefully not wanting to hear me, or like maybe they're purposefully setting up all of these, setting up everything in this way so that like they don't ever have to hear me or take accountability, because it's like it's coming across like it's like your fault, or it's like your approach in some way, or like your mindset somehow. So then it's like you almost question yourself or feel crazy to think like, oh, I'm just gonna double check that my camera's on, because this is a good. Okay, my mic's on. Yeah. So it's like you are, yeah, like really like, oh my gosh, am I crazy? Like, um, but then you're starting to wake up and be like, no, I think maybe they're like doing this on purpose. Like I think they're purposefully creating all this drama, or like turning things around here. So then when I do try to come to them, and there's like a potential for us to communicate or work through something, it's like then they don't have to make a change or make an adjustment, and they can continue to give to you like in the same way, but then you feel like it's your fault. So you're like constantly working on yourself and trying to better fix something within yourself so that you guys can like come together in a more cooperative or cohesive way. But then it's like you're starting to wake up and realize like this person never truly intends to get along with you or cooperate with you, or for things to like go smoothly, because then they would have to like change the way that they're giving to you, or yeah, they would have to be like more open with you or make things more equal and fair. And it's like right now they're gaining from this power dynamic of like you feeling like it's your fault that they can't like give to you in the way that you deserve, or that things aren't like equal or fair in some way. So it's like they don't intend to make things easier, or to yeah, they don't intend to just like sit down and like have a conversation with you and then start like working with you moving forward. Because it's like they don't want to have to be more open or more giving in some way. It's like the existing power dynamic like serves them or benefits them in some way, so they're like purposefully creating these situations so that you feel as though it's like the way you're approaching it, or the way you're handling it, or something that you're doing that's creating this, or it's like your fault in some way. So then whenever they are withholding, it's like you blame yourself, or you feel like it's your fault, that or like you understand why they like don't want to give to you or something, so then you chase after them or try to prove to them that like you're working on yourself or trying to change in some way, but it's like they're actually the ones that are the problem. um and they're just like manipulating things around so that they don't have to make things more equal and fair and like give to you in the way that you deserve. Okay, so we have the World, we have the Chariot, and we have the Lovers in reverse. So um what I'm getting from this is it's like you're finally seeing through the game, or seeing through what's going on here. It's like the cycle is finally coming to an end. You're finally able to move forward out of this and protect yourself, and like see what's really going on here. You're finally able to see like these aren't your demons, like this isn't your battle. it's like their demons that you're taking on. They're like kind of manipulating you in a way to like take on their demons and like fight their fight. And it's like you realize like this isn't yours to fight or yours to do, or like this isn't something that you have to continue to deal with, and you can just like empower yourself, move forward, and like protect yourself here, and shield yourself out of this, even if it kind of like takes a little while, or you have to kind of like um, maybe go slow and steady, or like lay under the radar for a while or something. It's like you're able to end a cycle or see the reality of what's going on here, see that like something's not actually your fault, and then yeah, end some sort of cycle of another person having like so much power over you, or you feeling like you have to like chase after them, or like prove yourself to them, or fix yourself in order to be worthy of them in some way. So yeah, you're just able to like keep yourself protected, put a shield up around you, so that like this person or anyone else with these types of intentions can't like get into you to like interfere or mess with you, until you're able to get into a more like stable, just like a healthier, safer environment or place, whether that's like physically or just emotionally within yourself. um, and then with the lovers in reverse, it's like you're going to be strong enough here to like not give in to this person, or yeah, it's like you'll be strong enough to no longer make the same choices that you did in the past, to yeah, cuz like with this lovers card, she's kind of like giving in or giving herself to this other person, but they're being like bit in the ankle by like a poisonous or a venomous snake, and so she's like making herself vulnerable to um like a lot of toxicity here that the other person is like allowing into their space, and so then it's like inadvertently going to affect you. So it's like you were continuing to make choices that put you in a position of harm as a result of like other people's choices, and so it's like you're not the one being bit by the snake here, like you're not the one bringing the toxicity into the situation, but it's like you are contributing to it by continuing to make choices to like give into that person like emotionally or intimately in some way, so you're still like exposing yourself to it, or like staying victim or vulnerable to the situation in some way. So it's like finally having the strength to make the choices that you need to make in order to be free from this and move out of this, and then like protect yourself here from not giving in the same ways that you did in the past, or not giving in to others in the same way moving forward in the future. It's like knowing how to make healthier decisions for yourself overall. um, yeah, just like for the betterment of yourself, for the protection of yourself in the long run. um, yeah. Ooh, we have depression. So it's like you finally realize, like, it's like you get the missing pieces to realize, like, the way you feel this way is like not your fault. It's because like another person is triggering you, playing games with you, like keeping you kind of like held down in this lower level energy of like blaming yourself or thinking everything's your fault. So it's like a lot of like heavy burdens and emotions that are kind of like being placed on you. And it's like, yeah, you get those missing pieces of the perspective to realize like it's not your emotions that you're taking on, or it's not your burden to carry, or it's like you don't have to continue to feel like this, or like subjugate yourself to whatever around you that is causing you to feel this way. Falling apart, falling into pieces. So um it's like you could just like finally get um, kind of like brought to a place where it's like it just is goes too far, and it's like you can't deal with it anymore, you can't handle it, you can't go on this way anymore, it's no longer working for you, or you're no longer able to make it work. So it's like you have no choice but to um, protect yourself and move forward, or make some sort of change in your routine or in the way that you are operating in your life, that is going to um, protect you from being hurt in these same ways, because it's like you can no longer handle this, or um, yeah, you're being like forced to make a change here, right? So it's like something could finally just like the other person could just finally take it too far, or just it finally gets to such a like broken down place within the situation or the relationship that it's like you have no choice but to make a change or some sort of adjustment. I'm also getting it's like sometimes whenever we break limbs or we break bones in our body, it's like spirit is purposely, it's like say we're kind of like going, and we refuse to like stop and look at something or to see something happening in our lives, then spirit will sometimes cause us to like break a bone or break a limb, or like something will kind of happen within our bodies physically to where we break down in a sense, because spirit is kind of like forcing us to slow down and stop and like look at something on a deeper level, or like nurture ourselves, take care of ourselves better. It's like something in our routine or the way we were operating wasn't working for us, and we were refusing to recognize like how much it was harming us on a spiritual or energetic level. So then spirit will do something to cause you to like harm yourself physically, so then you're forced to readjust or to make a change, or yeah, like then when you have a broken arm, you have to like totally reevaluate, and then each body part too is like associated with a different like emotion or different something spiritual. Like I know in the past I've heard if you have like chronic pain in certain parts of your shoulders, it's from like taking on too many responsibilities for yourself, or um if you have like lower back pain, it's like trying to do everything on your own or something. Those might not be exactly accurate, but I'm just getting those distant memories. But there's probably a lot of other channels on here that talk about that type of stuff. I know there's tons and tons of books out there that talk about that type of stuff. So yeah, if something does come up in the next 3 months or whatever, it's like you don't have to like literally, I'm not like like wishing on you to break a limb or something like that, but it's just something happening um in your life, like on an energetic level, where you're being called to like see how that's no longer working for you. And sometimes whenever we don't, or we have a hard time making those changes or adjustments, then spirit will kind of like force us into a position where it no longer works for us to do things the same way. We're forced to have like a huge switch up in our routine, and like so then when you do have like a broken arm or some sort of like wound or something that you're healing from, it's like you can't operate the same way that you did before because it's in the middle of healing. So you have to kind of like accommodate your life around that. And then through that process, it kind of slows you down and stops you from being able to do everything all on your own or the same way that you did before. So it's a huge learning process, and it's like an emotional, it's a process of like growing and healing emotionally and spiritually as well. So that can be really uncomfortable for some people to have to like slow down, and it's like, yeah, if you're injured then you can't operate the same way that you did, so you need to heal, so then you have to just like do things differently, right? And so then it disrupting your routine like that can force you to look at things that you were ignoring or not seeing, or while you're doing things differently, it's like you're having perspective shifts or different realizations. And you're able to kind of like put the pieces into place to see like it's like maybe you have been feeling kind of depressed for a while, but it's like you just go, or you continue to operate, or you have a lot of, you're really busy, you have a lot of responsibilities. So it's like you don't really have the time to sit in those feelings and um, acknowledge them, or like understand what's causing that, or like how deeply that's actually affecting you. And then whenever you're forced to like slow down and um, address something else or take a second look at something else or switch up your routine or do something differently in a way, then you have more time for those like still moments where you kind of recognize or realize like how you really feel or how much that's actually affecting you, how much that's actually affecting like your whole life. But it's like you didn't have the time to like really notice that because you're so busy before or whatever. So then something comes in to like force you to like disrupt your routine or do something like in a different way to where then you start to see things differently or like you start to like, kind of understand like those missing pieces of like stuff that you were maybe neglecting or choosing not to look at before, or just like you maybe like were start wondering or starting to realize like I think this person's kind of doing this to me on purpose, but you're just like so caught up in the game and like their mind games, and then you're just like so busy in your life you don't have a lot of time to actually sit there and decompress and like process out like everything that's happening and like put all the pieces together and realize like how much you're being played with or how much this is actually affecting you or like bringing you down. um, but then something's going to happen to where it's like you can no longer continue on the same way, or you have like a huge disrupt in your routine, or you're forced like in more moments of stillness in some way, or like you have more time to like sit and decompress and kind of like realize like the bigger picture or like what's really going on here. um, how much this is actually affecting you or affecting different parts of your life and you didn't even realize. It's like you start to like put the pieces together or connect the pieces like, oh, this is why I no longer feel so passionate about work, or this is why I no longer like um, make time for like my hobbies and things I'm interested in, or this is why I no longer see those certain friends, or this is why I no longer like go to church or am interested in like spiritual things I used to be interested in. It's like because this relationship is like tearing me down or like bringing me down so much I don't have like time for um other things, or that's why I'm so sad, is because I'm not doing those types of things, and that's what truly like makes me happy. Or it's like you're able to like yeah like get the missing pieces to connect and like realize and see um, like what's been really going on here, like how this has not really been serving you like for a while. Old wounds, patterns. We attract what we need to heal. Often we find ourselves attracting the same type of people or situations that are not the best for us. Until we choose to find the common denominator of what we need to heal and release, the cycle will continue. Go within to heal the pain layer by layer. So yeah, something could like happen here in your life then to force some sort of disrupt or change up so that the cycle can no longer continue in some way, or there has to be some sort of change here, right? So that's the bottom of the deck. Past life karma, cycles. This indicates a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, the person, or situation. Look into ways to clear past life karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part and forgiveness are key in releasing past life karma. So yeah, it's like this cycle could have came back up in your life right now for you to experience this in present time so that you could see something and heal something that your soul really needed. It's like this soul's perspective that you needed in order to heal something on an energetic level and like truly move out of that cycle and heal from that and move forward to experience new and more healthy relationships during this lifetime, right? So it may feel very uncomfortable or difficult, or like you're just kind of falling apart, or you can barely hang on right now. But it's like this is all happening for your divine benefit to push you into a more healthier space overall, so that you have the ability to make healthier decisions for yourself and call in healthier relationships and protect yourself from people who are just very lustful or trying to just get you to kind of like give in to them or their games or their toxicity on some level. It's like this may have been a cycle that you've been involved in many different past lives, and so you specifically called in like this exact situation in this exact scenario and these exact dynamics for it to unfold in such a way for you to see what you've needed to see in order to clear it and truly end this and be able to move on and heal and grow from this once and for all, right? Ooh, karmic path. Wow. And grounded. So I'm going to read both of those for you. Just to close out the reading here. Karmic lessons, learning, experience, hard work, perseverance, and structure. A new valuable lesson is available to you at this time. This moment requires your due diligence. Pay attention to what is being presented to you. Have you been down this road before? Our souls came to this earth school to learn valuable lessons as beings and for the planet. What are you being taught right now? This moment may require hard work, but it will have many long-lasting rewards. You are not being punished. You are gaining tools and experience for living that will be with you for the rest of your life. Drawing this card also tells you that the foundation of what you are building is strong and is part of your legacy. So yeah, this is like a huge moment in your life. And that's why it could feel so heavy, or you could feel so burdened and like literally to this level of like, clinical depression or whatever. But it's all of these emotions are like meant to serve you and help you to like grow past some like lower level vibration that you've been stuck on for quite a while, right? Have you been feeling spacey, confused, or unable to focus? Drawing this card means your energy is scattered, where you are not fully connected to your body. Time to reconnect with your physical body and its connection to the earth. Meditation, being outdoors, movement, and root vegetables can also help you to feel more grounded. So yeah, the spaciness and all that too could just be a part of like the spiritual warfare of like the environment that you're in or the people that you're around, or it could be like one specific person. And so that's kind of what caused you to like continue to make certain choices that weren't super healthy for you before, kind of like give in to the toxicity in the past. So definitely being more grounded and stable within yourself and just understanding like this is all part of the bigger experience for your soul to heal here. Um, it can really help you to move forward and make healthier decisions that serve you right now. So, yeah, that's all I have for our Leos for the next 3 months. Thank you so much if you watched this far into the reading. I really, really appreciate it, and I hope you have a really great day. Thank you.